Yes.
Good morning, BNI partners. My name is Kevin Zabeti, the general contractor of this chapter. In my last presentation, I basically came up here and kind of introduced the company to you guys and said briefly about who we are and what we do. This week, I'd like to get more in depth as far as what sets us different from the rest of the companies and the rest of the competitors, basically. And I'd like to start with basically 5 points and kind of getting into them one by one, briefly going over them as far as what our principles are and what really sets us different as far as tackling and handling projects, our perspectives and our point of view to every single job that we get or we get contracted. Number one area of our focus is always we try to tackle projects that we've done in the past, we have experience building it, and we know all the ins and outs of the project. In other words, we're not the type of company as a contractor, for number one, you can basically go after any project that you'd like to bid on. You have the license, you have the proper insurances, so in reality you can really go after any project that your financial backup or your financial strength allows you to tackle and build. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can deliver a quality project. If you're a strictly residential contractor and you contract for a restaurant project, if you're building a restaurant from ground up, or if you're going into a laboratory project, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful at it. You may be able to deliver a quality custom home, but as far as being able to build a hospital is just out of question. So number one, we don't contract for any project that comes our way. If there is a project that a client comes up and gets a referral from somebody else that we don't think we can handle, we're not going to touch it. But if we touch it, we know we can successfully complete it and we deliver a turnkey. So that's the number one thing. We do not contract for a project that we know we cannot, or if we can't confidently build it, basically. We do not deviate from the original plans. The other thing that we focus on is if the project have already plans and the specifications set forth before or in advance, we try to stick to it, and that becomes our Bible. We do not deviate. Sometimes you get projects that the contractors deviate from the plans for whether time savings, cost savings, many different reasons. Their approach changes along the course. We're not the type of company that changes plans. If there are any changes along the course, we make sure our owners know. If there are architects involved, we make sure that the architects know. We reflect those changes back on the original design. So having to know that the contractor does not deviate from plans is key. We provide that security to our clients. We work with many diverse design criteria. We've had the privilege of being able to be involved in projects from as far as cities go, we're being able to build in different cities with different design criteria, different requirements, different limitations, different site conditions. We bring all of that to the table. We've got guys that worked projects on hillsides, projects underground, projects with subterranean garage structures, projects that are 4-story wood structures. So we have all that background under our belts, and we can really help our clients. Now again, you got to bear in mind that if a project comes our way and we can't handle it, if a project comes that falls within these categories, doesn't mean necessarily we're going to contract for it. So if you refer somebody our way, if we can handle it, we'll take it on. If we can't, we'll definitely refer them on to guys in the field that we know that have done that type of work and they can deliver quality work for your referrals. The diverse capabilities that we've been able to acquire as far as me and my team, I've got 2 project managers that work strictly with me, directly with me on every project that we look at. The design criteria for every project varies from one job to the other. We have the capability of dancing around those criteria. If the owner's budget does not allow for the whole entire intent of the design to be implemented, we know how to dance around it at the same time and achieve the same essence of the design. Different city codes. We work in almost every city in Orange County and Los Angeles. So we're familiar with the codes, the local codes, standards, limitations, guidelines. Every city has specific, for example, recycling guidelines. We pulled a permit for a project in Mission Viejo yesterday, where everything that the project is going to be recycled needs to go back to a specific field. And if you don't, they're going to come back with a big ticket item. And it is a big ticket item. For example, on this job, if the owner does not comply with recycling fees, they're going to be hit with a $5,000 ticket. So imagine if, this is on a small scale, but as you go up in dollar volume for contracts, it grows. So if an owner, for example, is doing a $100,000 renovation, $5,000 is basically going to pay for their kitchen appliances or their fridge, or I mean, this is on a small scale as an example. Different site conditions and limitations. City of San Clemente requires heavy underground work, where our designers have worked in that city, they know what the specifications are, and they can work around it in order to minimize the foundation cost. So knowing these things in advance really gives us that advantage to offer lots of savings, not only on time, but also on cost to the client that comes our way. We also do, I'd like to also talk about the different types of projects that we can competently handle in different sectors. On the residential side, we've got ground up construction, basically considers new construction, additions and extensions, and remodels. That includes interior renovations, exterior facade renovations, kitchen remodels, that sort of project. Commercial TIs, commercial tenant improvements. Every time you have owners going into a new space and they want to basically remodel and tailor the space to their needs, that's one of the types. Offices, shopping centers, and medical offices. New doctors, new chiropractors going to a new space and they're basically leasing it out, or they're extending their location, they're getting a new location. That's where we come in. We help them with the design and the expansion of their business. Retail remodels and renovations, like the Surla table stores. We've done a few of those. Last one I did was in San Diego Fashion Valley Mall. Franchise stores, lots of juiceries coming about. Every time I think of a juicer, it reminds me of my one-on-one with them. I had the most expensive juice in my life. Almost cost me double a beer. Shopping malls, remodels, and facade renovations. You go into shopping centers where owners want to renovate the facades of the shopping center. That's where we come and we help them with the design all the way to final construction. Hospitality, we focus on restaurants, hotel renovations, like lobby remodels. I've done so many lobby remodels with Marriott's that I lose count. So we go in there, and lobby remodels are crucial projects. You're on a set completion date. The owner's got lots of guests that check in on a daily basis. You basically can't interrupt their transactions. You got to make sure they can still function business and their business, the hotel is open, while the renovation is taking place dust-free. So that's another thing we focus on. Industrial, warehouses, manufacturing, laboratory, and storages. This is another area where it's a specific type of project that you got to be specialized for. Like we built for the Fresh Start bakeries. Those guys manufacture all the hamburger buns and hot dog buns for McDonald's, Stater Brothers, Costco's. And while you're doing the work, you got to make sure you get zero dust out of that space. There's major liability involved because you got buns rolling around coming out of the oven. So these you gotta be equipped for. You gotta know how to tackle these jobs and be able to do it on time, at the same time pass all the health inspection and health department inspections. So having said all that, I just wanted to kind of let you know that if you guys refer us to any of your clients, whether it's a family member or if it's a potential client or if it's a business colleague for residential or commercial, you'll be in good hands and we'll take care of it. Do you have any questions on that? Or answer any of your questions?
What is your ideal referral?
Ideal referral, like I've been saying for the past few months, would be clients that are looking for new businesses, guys that are expanding their new location, whether new office, new medical office, if it's a retail store, if it's a new law firm, new medical, new dental, obviously residential remodels.
Specific area?
Orange County is our primary focus, and it's probably Long Beach down this way.
What about size?
Anywhere up to 2 million. So as small as, I would say, 50 to 70, all the way to 2 million.
Out of all of your illustrious clients, which one was your favorite? And
Out of all of our clients,
No pressure.
so many. I'd say the most favorite one was a 2-story house I built in San Clemente. And the reason for that was just amazing view. It was like the minute the first floor was sheathed and we're we're building a temporary ladder to go up on the second floor. When I saw our framers go up to the deck and they looked at the ocean, you should have seen their faces. So I would say that was the most rewarding project because it was something that it was done for a specific goal and was to gain ocean view access. And I really enjoyed it because number one, you got ocean, you go to work every day, you get the ocean view, and it was something, it's like tapping into a water well or something, and all of a sudden,
Nice.
Did an architect design that house and then gave it to you to build?
that one, yes, they already had a design, and we came in fact, by the way, on that project, we won, we were able to save them $70,000 our underground foundation work. Just the way, yeah, we went in there, we changed their soil reports and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, they have the design already. All right, thank you very much.